Are we going?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Okay, so we are actually finishing up chapter 1, preparing for game day next week. So Monday, Wednesday class, game day is Monday. Tuesday, Thursday class, game day will be when? Tuesday. Hey, what is today?
The best day.
What kind of people are you? Smart people. Why in the world are we here? That sounded terrible. Why are we here? Very nice. Okay, so we finished on Tuesday talking about the greatness of the sliding filament theory. Let's fly through those again. So what happened very first? You start off in what? Resting length, okay? When can a muscle produce great force when it's completely contracted? No. Can it contract great force when it's completely extended? No. It contracts the most force potential when it's in its resting length. So it always starts off resting. And then we actually see, not arousal, excitation. What is the mineral that's responsible for excitation? Calcium. So all of a sudden we have a calcium ion that says, you know what, we're about to make a move. So all of a sudden we see excitation coupling coming in. And we see troponin and tropomyosin come together to couple and contract. Then the next thing that happens is, during this power stroke phase, we actually see an ATP molecule, adenosine triphosphate. Tri means what? 3. It squeezes out a phosphate ion because of the power stroke, okay? And it actually becomes ADP. Well, what we see happen during that contraction phase is, this is actually a big push of energy when it squeezes that phosphate ion out. So then all of a sudden, and we see this happen in the recharge phase, ADP goes and finds that extra phosphate ion that it was missing so that it can be recharged back into ATP. Then all of a sudden, your body says, that was hard, I better do what? Relax. Not rest, but relax. Resting and relaxing, 2 different things. Okay, remember that. Resting and relaxing, 2 different things. Now what we need to understand, and we're going to talk more about ATP after game day. ATP is really our ultimate source of energy. When you run out of this ability to go ATP, ADP, recharge, you basically die. I know that's kind of cutting the chase, but that's what happens. When you run out of ATP, you are DEAD. When your body can't do ATP anymore, it says, I'm out. So this cycle right here of the recharge phase is of critical importance because it lets ATP be reestablished. Say, got it when you got it?
Got it.
Nice. Okay, now here's what we know. If sliding filament theory did not have the opportunity to happen again and again and again and again, what would happen?
We would get stuck.
You get stuck. You'd be like, cool.
Yep.
But thank goodness something else comes to play. So when we start to see this movement that we have the ability to do over and over again, and I'm jumping in on page 9 in the left-hand column. Okay, so I want to talk to you about some order of things that start to happen. Remind me again, what is the mineral that creates the excitement?
Calcium.
Calcium. So calcium then couples together tropomyosin and troponin, okay? Calcium couples troponin, tropomyosin, signals ATP, goes into ADP, comes back into ATP. Now, some other fuel or some other thing has to come into play. This is when we see a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine. And that's in the left-hand column of page 9. Okay. Acetylcholine, ACE, call it ACE. Okay? You guys, acetylcholine is actually what keeps that sliding filament theory able to go and go and go because it's what links to our nervous system. You guys, as you are growing and developing, do you realize that it's your nervous system that starts every single change first? Before you can have a muscle hypertrophy, your nervous system has to act first. Before your bones grow, your nervous system acts first. Before your kidneys filter, your nervous system acts first. So of all the body systems to arrive on the scene first, which one is it? Nervous system. Which one's first? Which one's first? Which one's first? Nervous system. That's how critical it is. And so once we get acetylcholine in the mix, it does this thing where it establishes twitch. Okay, so what's first? Calcium. What does it couple together? Troponin, tropomyosin. It stimulates ATP. And in the power stroke or contraction phase, it squeezes out an ion, it goes into recharge, and it can do it again. Now, the only reason it can continue to do it again is because of acetylcholine. Now, acetylcholine does this magical thing. I know that's a weird drawing. It does this magic thing where it stimulates muscle twitch. T-W-I-T. It stimulates muscle twitch. Now here's what's so cool about our bodies. Once acetylcholine activates neurons, activates actin and myosin and sarcomeres, it does this thing called all or none. So what it does, acetylcholine says, I'm going to make every single one of your muscle fibers ready to do whatever it is you need to do. So acetylcholine activates all of the sarcomeres. Because here's the whole thing, your body really doesn't know what you're really going to do. But it's going to be ready by alerting the troops. So it stimulates twitch. Now, here's what happens. Depending on what you're actually going to do, your body figures out which twitch, kind of Dr. Seussy, huh? It figures out which twitch will actually get the job done. And so here we are. Let's just say you're all of a sudden going to get up out of your chair. You hear an alarm, you hear a fire alarm, you're getting up out of your chair and you're sprinting out of a burning building. So all of a sudden, calcium gets excited, it alerts troponin, tropomyosin, they couple together, ATP comes into play, it squeezes out, it recharges. Now it's like, oh gosh, we gotta